Hello and welcome to the Life is Storytelling Screencast. This is going to be the show where me and my buddy Ernest here are going to talk all things TV or movies. Today, specifically, will be in regards to a season of an anime, that being Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Culling Game Part 1. We have other episodes going over the movie Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. I don't think we have a full episode just about season one because that did come out before we had a podcast, but we definitely talked about it when we got into
I think
season
we
two.
mainly talked about it with the movie,
The
I
movie
think.
and then season two for
Right.
sure. And
Yeah.
that is also to say, go check those out. They are audio only, unfortunately. But at the same time, spoiler alert for Jujutsu Kaisen leading up to season three, because we're going to get into season three. I don't know. I don't think we're going to get that big into anything past, but just good to call it out here because it's been a while. It's been a bit. And I promise we're not. I am a manga reader. I've said that on the show a lot. I promise not. We're not giving away anything beyond this. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't spoil that for Ernest, of course, and I don't want to spoil that for
Yeah, because
anybody
I
else.
don't know anything past the anime
Right, right,
because I
right. There might
haven't
be
read
some
it.
speculation about like
So
number
yeah.
of seasons, stuff like that. Because I know there's gonna be a conversation about like where this cuts off. Is this like how does it work as a season of television, at least
Mhm.
narratively? And we'll get into all of that and whatnot. But yeah, again, spoiler alert for past Jujutsu Kaisen and honestly just Jujutsu Kaisen in general because we're going to be talking about season three in detail as well. Just again, there will be no spoilers for beyond what is already out in terms of anime. But
Better
I'm your
not.
host, Chris Pierce. I've already talked about Ernest Starr, my man over here, Ernest Gonzalez. Ernest, how you doing today, bud?
Awesome.
It's gonna hold that pose.
Nah,
Beautiful.
yeah, baby. Nah, yeah, I'm doing awesome, man. Today is a good day, good, easy work day.
Hell
Chris
yeah.
killed it in the gym. I seen it. I
Thanks,
seen
man.
it. I did all right.
You did
And
amazing. You always do
and
great.
now we get to sit there and talk about a great anime. So
Hmm.
it's a
We're
good
big
day,
fans.
baby.
We wouldn't keep talking
Yeah.
about the show if we didn't like it. um, but
There
yeah,
have
I'm
definitely been
excited.
things where we're gonna talk about this on Thursday or whatever. And then we like experience it, we watch it, we play it, whatever it is. And
Mhm.
we're like, yeah, let's not talk about that. It's just bad.
The
Like we're
first
just
thing
gonna be
I
trashing
think
that.
of when you say that, because we I think we both watched the first episode of the Yakuza live action show
Oh
on
yes, that was the
Amazon,
thing.
and yeah, that was
Yeah. We're like, yeah,
immediately
we'll talk
like,
about it next week.
yeah,
And nope,
no,
nope,
no,
we're good. Yeah.
absolutely not. So it was already like starting off like kind of low because we're not huge into that. Like I just beat my first one like a year ago. Ernest has played a good bit of it, but regardless, between the two of us, that's a drop in the ocean. That is the content that is Yakuza, like a dragon, otherwise. And then outside of that, the show just didn't seem that great. And then from the way it was received after we dropped it, doesn't look like we were missing much.
Yeah.
Um, Again, talking about the show, the games we they seem awesome. The one that I did beat, I do want to play more. Ernest, I know for sure you want to go back in there. It's just a time commitment, and we're like so old, and we're gonna die soon. So I'm just, you just
Yeah.
never know, man. You just never know. But yeah, it just we'll see how it goes. But big fans of those. But yeah, anime, we're usually pretty big on those. And like these returning series, like I said, we have content already on the other like Jujutsu Kaisen leading up to this point. So it was pretty much a given that we were going to go over this today. And we will be back with games next week. There's some ideas we're floating around for like some fun stuff to go over. Uh, so we'll see because Ernest is just tearing through Resident Evil right now. So we might just have a whole nerd fest going over Resident Evil because I love it. I love this so much because like we've talked about like there's been shows you've gotten into from like my
Mhm.
suggestion and that feels
Oh
so
yeah.
good. You know how that feeling is. You know how that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
goes.
you put me on like Succession and
Succession
stuff
and
like
I
that,
didn't see that
Yeah,
coming. I
yeah.
was like hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
And
And it's
then
awesome. Like
and
thank
like
you
Yellow
still for
Jackets
that.
and stuff like that, all great stuff.
Hmm.
But games is harder
No,
for the
you
most
put me
part.
on Chainsaw Man, as a matter of
Oh,
fact.
that is also true. I remember literally
Yeah.
texting everybody like, guys, please,
Like, please
please,
just give it a try. At least
please just
watch the
try it.
first episode.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah,
was
yeah.
hooked.
It
So
was
like,
beautiful.
yeah, that was you.
And
That
then
was
we
you
all
right
love the
there, dude.
movie. So hell yeah. Go
Mm-hmm.
watch Chainsaw
Mm-hmm.
Man, guys.
Do it.
And I also have a video on like the ending of that manga. So let me know what you think on that. Um, but Jujutsu Kaisen, dude, we're big fans of this show. It's been so good so far. Again, Mappa, we were just talking about Chainsaw Man. They've been killing it with this.
Yeah, they're master animators for
For
sure.
sure. For
Like,
sure.
oh man, there's I mean, and there's times where it's like maybe somebody's like standing still, just having a conversation,
Yeah,
and it just looks like a regular old anime. But then as soon as they get into one of these fights, like it's beautiful.
yeah.
Like you see every single punch thrown and punch blocked and like kick and all
Yeah,
this stuff. Like I especially love the hand to hand. Of course, the powers
that's
look
so
cool,
good.
but
They do it so
yeah,
well.
man, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about some of those hand to hand fights because there's a couple of really good ones. Um, because again, the primary conversation here will be Jujutsu Kaisen season three, Culling Game, arc part one. Um, and there's definitely some weight to it being a part one in this arc, which is kind of like the last like big. We're going from here. It's not immediately to the end, but we're on the road to the end of this series. Um, And I can't wait to see because there's definitely some things down the road that I'm looking forward to seeing. That's my thing as a manga reader. Like I don't spoil anything. So far, I've done great. Haven't told anybody anything. And then I just get to tell people like I get to see the reaction. I get to hear the reaction of other people when things are happening. And it's what I'm waiting for. Waiting dormant in like the shadows, waiting for the moment. And luckily Jujutsu Kaisen, because out of Hell's Paradise, Chainsaw Man, and this, them being like they're considered the dark triad of like shonen right now. Mappa has all three of them. The one they put out the most consistently is Jujutsu Kaisen. It does help that that was the first, obviously, because then it's like you already started. But at the same time, dude, it took like 3 years from Chainsaw Man season one to get the Reze arc. So, good God, man.
Yeah.
And then it was like
Yeah.
2 years for Hell's Paradise. Um, at least that got a season two. Like it's because we're still getting a season two of Chainsaw Man, which we're supposed to get more information on this summer. Regardless, all well animated. They don't all look the same, which is also a testament from being from the same studio,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. Um, but Jujutsu Kaisen, I feel is probably the most mainstream out of all of these. Like Chainsaw Man's like right there. And I do think if we got that put out more frequently, like it may be the top one. But also, come on, Elisa Liu, who won the gold medal for at the
Yeah.
Olympics,
I was just thinking
she put
about
out
that
all that
when you
Jujutsu
said that.
Kaisen love. Oh, I dropped my
Yeah.
earbud. But yeah, dude,
But she
you
also
can't.
had a pochita.
It's
She
so
also
good.
had a little
She's so
pochita
good.
thing. Yeah.
And do you remember who she said her favorite character is?
No.
It's Maki. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Dude,
Can't be mad at anybody for that.
Dude, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
She's such a badass.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But before we get any further on like around the show, let's talk about the show. Let's talk about the season as a whole. Ernest, give me some thoughts, opening thoughts, and a score for what you feel on Jujutsu Kaisen season three, Culling Game, part one.
All right. So I do want to start off with some positives again because there's plenty to love here. Like
Mhm.
it just all around is a good show. And there are characters here that I already feel that connection with, and I need to go with them on this journey. Anytime Panda's on the screen, I'm loving it,
Oh,
you know?
precious baby.
Uh,
Mm.
right. He's just the best, man. And oh, we get a little sad part with him too. But
Pandas cry.
um, yeah,
Pandas cry.
ooh, it's tough. It's
Mhm.
tough. But spending time with Yuji, spending time with Megumi and stuff like,
Mhm.
and seeing them go through whatever, like it's going to be a good time for me because
Yeah.
I already feel connected to these characters. Um, Now, with all that being said, and you knowing that I did enjoy it overall,
Yeah.
this is probably the season that I feel like the least from emotionally.
Mhm.
It really does feel like mostly set up, and I
Yep.
really feel like that was the intent here, and that's okay because I understand it is going to lead to huge things, right? There's a lot of implication here that we are leading towards huge things.
Yeah.
So with that, I trust it. I trust it. I'm just gonna trust the process. But this is the one that got the least out of me, aside from maybe one episode, the
Mm.
Maki episode,
Oh, I
right?
know. I knew it.
Yeah, yeah,
I knew it, baby. I knew
yeah.
it.
But like aside from that, like it really just I was never really on the edge of my seat. I was more
Mm.
just laid back, enjoying these fights, like trying to figure out all these confusing ass rules and how that all of that works. Um, but so with this being probably my lowest so far, I'm gonna go with a 7. maybe a 7.5 after
Okay,
this conversation. We're gonna
that's
see.
fair. Hey man,
It's somewhere
it
right there.
happens. It happens.
Um, because because I don't think it's quite their greatest. I wouldn't necessarily call it great. I would say that it is good, of course.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself here. Very much looking forward to the next stuff where we do get these payoffs because things are moving a little bit slow, but they're laying a lot of groundwork. So
Mhm.
we'll see.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, obviously I'm a big fan. I've read through this specific because I've read through all of Jujutsu Kaisen twice. And there's definitely things, there's still things like I just forget they will happen. There's going to be a character who is like a side character that you get for like a fight in this thing that you forget, oh, he's hilarious and awesome and stuff like that. And I can't wait to go into a lot of these different characters. Um, but yeah, for me, I'm so biased. I'm not even going to hide it. There's a critical lens for sure. Narratively, yeah, this is the weakest one. This is so far. This is the weakest one. It is primarily it's so I will say I don't think it's all set up because I think the setup is completed in the first half because it is a big tournament arc. That's essentially what it is, and I think the tournament is what the setup like what we're setting up for. And then the fights will lead to something when we get to the end of the culling games and what that all will mean. Because obviously we have our good guys here trying to do one thing, and we have the bad guys who we don't really get to see, mainly Kenjaku, who's hoping something else will happen from the result of this culling game, which he obviously spearheaded. Um, and we'll see where all that goes. And yeah, there's definitely I do think I think it's a no-brainer. From everything you said, which is very valid, you're gonna love the second half of this more than the first. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
I probably will
that's what I'm
too.
suspecting. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
100%. I have a theory about where it's gonna start. Obviously, not gonna go into that, but if it starts where I think it's gonna start, we're gonna be talking from episode one.
Hmm.
But yeah, regardless of that, um, I love this. The main thing, because I knew first of all, I there was obviously some confusion because we live in a world where we have cores, not light. I'm talking about cores of like anime, like where they take a part, essentially like part of a season. Bleach split the last one up into like four parts. Some of
Right.
these do it in different ways. And there was like a translation thing where a lot of fans, and I fell into it as well, were misunderstanding that this part one was like the first part of season three and stuff like that. And it's not. This is all season three. It's just the culling game part one, which does within itself bring a little bit of a it's an interesting stopping point because it does end on a really good fight. I don't think anyone's gonna say that last fight was not good. Like it's great. It's so cool. Unless you hate roaches.
I
I'm
mean, if you want to see a roach go down, though, get to see it twice
Or
even.
if you want to see you to kiss a roach, man, you don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. He just tongues that motherfucker. But it does stop at a point because you're right. There's an ebb and flow to the how this season goes. Um, and then when you get to the end of it, you have this really epic fight that's just like this really awesome 3 to 4 way. That's just like, oh my God, this was crazy. And then it stops. And there are some teases at the very end as you get the
Cuts
final
off.
closing credits. And then it's like, it does not feel like the end of a season of television. You're absolutely right. It feel like if anything, it feels like the next episode would be the end, like wherever that was to go with some of those
Right.
teases. But it is what it is, and I do think I think most like I think this season will be a little more well received once we get the rest of it. But I can't give this lower than an 8. That's mainly because of like I think the voice acting is great. I do think the use of music is awesome here. I am a sucker when you bring in the intro theme during an epic battle. It's just like, oh man,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's so
I love
awesome.
when that happens in any like
Anything,
medium,
it's
like
so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's so cool, and dude, the production quality is insane here. It's just so good, and I do think everything there is handled. Because again, I just think it's great. Um, but yeah, man, I do think the strongest point for me, my number two character, who is now my number one, because my number one died, R.I.P. Hanami, is Maki. Maki's my girl. I love her so much. And the reason I'd love her is this. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Maki fans have been waiting to see this bit animated. And my God, did they just blow it out of the park? It was so
Yeah.
good. It was, I love that some of these episodes do end up being longer than your regular, like 22 to 25 minutes, just to give a little bit more pizzazz. And we definitely get that with the Maki episode. I watched that 3 times. Just because they do it so well. And I am, of course, referring to the end of the Zenin clan. She kills them. They're gone. They all suck. And she just, no, we're done. We're out of here.
It's more or less single handedly
A
too. Like
hundred
she
percent.
just runs through everybody there. Kill Bill style, legit.
100%. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like I did hear apparently there's some Japanese fans specifically that were complaining about that. About how like the Americans are adding too much. Well, actually, now that I say that. Oh no, adding too much flair for the Americans, I think, because Map is Japanese. Um, and
got you.
to
I was
that I
on.
say, obviously, whatever you don't like, whatever, it's fine. Nobody was saying it's like the worst
Nah,
thing ever.
man, kiss my ass, motherfucker. Nah, I'm just kidding.
But I loved it. It's something we didn't have to have, like the full setup for it, but at the same time, obviously, as a Chainsaw Man, cinematic parallels. Like Chainsaw Man is built off of those. So like it's cool
Right.
to have those a bit here in Jujutsu Kaisen. And again, just to have Maki have this arc, because dude, girl just doing her best, you know? Like she couldn't even see
Yeah.
cursed spirits without glasses. And she's just doing her best. And like the whole thing
Yeah.
with her sister, and oh my,
Oh man, the stuff with her sister and her daddies is tragic
fuck her
for
dad.
sure. But
Fuck her
the
father, yeah.
way that it sets her off and the direction that it
Yeah.
sends her in, like you, yeah, you just sit back and enjoy that. The
Oh
way
yeah.
that it's animated, and again, the whole Kill Bill thing is like
It's
so dope. So
sick.
that wasn't in the manga.
So it's not no, not
Like it wasn't in
necessarily.
that style.
No,
Oh, okay.
because the whole fight, what happens, what is done, who dies, is 100%. There's specific shots, scenes that are made to look a certain way, obviously.
Mhm.
That kind of you've seen the parallels there. Everyone's posted them after it happened. That is just like we didn't need this. I'm like, dude, go over the top with it. I don't fucking care.
No, yeah,
It's
no,
so
it's
good.
but it's awesome though. But it's so good. Hi,
Yeah.
Nami. And then
Mhm.
I just yeah, one thing before we move past the whole Kill Bill thing is
Oh, you're fine.
like for a long time, a lot of things in cinema were taken from anime. Like we
Yeah.
see the Akira slide and everything and stuff
Everything.
like that. But like it's nice that we're at a place now where we're seeing it like the other way
Go
around
back.
too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of anime is
It's
starting
give
to like
and take.
shout
Yep.
out movies and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes. And those are two of my favorite things, like live action movies and
Yep.
fucking anime, you know. And
Oh yeah, dude.
it's nice to see them kind of you
It's
know.
beautiful.
But
It's a
yeah,
respect.
man, that episode is easily my favorite.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. And like that's where I feel like the most emotion was
Yeah.
with anything. And because
Especially with
even
Mai.
before this, what we had in like prior seasons and anytime we see Maki on screen and anytime her sister comes into the picture and things like this, they're just constantly reminding her where she lacks,
Yeah.
you know, and the family gives her zero credit all the way
All
through.
the way
So
through.
to see her handle things like this, and they even took the time to show the family just being straight up assholes at the beginning of
Yep.
this, like sending out assassins, things like this, just being bad guys, you know, so that when Maki goes in there and whoops ass, you're, you know, I
We
love it. Yeah,
it is so justified the bit where we get his name's Naoya, who's like he would have been head of the Zenin if it wasn't
right.
for the
Like the
deal of
young
Megumi.
asshole guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And because he's like literally talking to Maki when she gets to the estate, and then she responds to his question, and he's like, "Are you talking to me, Tra?" And it's just like he's such a jerk. But when you get to the moment where like they just show it repeatedly, the punch to the face where he's just not ready, it's so good. It's so good, and I love it
like
so much.
satisfying. Yeah,
Absolutely. And
yeah.
there's even a moment because I love Toji. Toji's another character that I think is awesome. And I will say it
Oh,
is
hood.
mainly from like a power perspective. I do think the story is there a bit, but like mainly I
Cody
just love how he
Rhodes.
just dominates people. I hate you. Like literally when we in last season where the person like that old lady essentially summons him to go kill curse users, and he immediately is like, "Oh, you're a cursed user. You summoned me," and he just kills it. He's just awesome. He's so cool. He's always aura farming, and then he kills all those rabbits, and oh, RIP. But we have the moment here where literally there's this kid, just this child of the Zenian clan who has some we get so many curse techniques here that are we see them for the first time and then they're gone because they're dead.
Popping off.
Pop
Just
it off.
popping off. Yeah,
And you
yeah.
know what? Mappa doesn't care how long you get with them because they all just do. But
What
there's these
was
eyes
that?
that are like
Yeah.
holding her down. And all she does is smile and flex. And it's so sick. And literally the kid is just like, she's like him. She's like Toji. And it's sick. And the person he's yelling that to is unfortunately aura farming as well because he's just letting that hair flow. And he's like,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna walk over here, and then it's a really sick like curse technique for him as well, that just does nothing. Um, but yeah, that whole episode, it's my favorite part, and I will say it is my favorite part in the whole show, the whole series, because it is the shining light for Maki. Which I mean, if you have your favorite character, you're gonna love those moments. We're obviously not done with Maki, of course, but it's just so prominent, and I love that they just give her the room to wipe them to just kill them all. It's so good. We get so many moments of like, we're gonna spend a whole season trying to wipe out this whole whatever insert whatever thing. Um, but no, dude, she does it in an episode, and then like in the manga, it's like just a couple of chapters, and it's sick. And I love her, and she's awesome, and she deserves
No,
good because like literally, she has so many reasons to be a bad person, and
something
she's
good.
not. Yeah,
Something good. She's had friends die. She's
yeah.
like been she was cast out by her family more or less. Like they
And her
barely gave a
teacher's
damn
stuck in a
about her if
box.
anything.
Gojo.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
no
gotta
fun.
that's gotta be rough.
So so like yeah, man, yeah, yeah. It's nice to see her get a dub, although that's a pretty traumatic dub. You go and kill your whole family and
Oh, for
everything.
sure.
And losing your sister like pushed you towards that and
Yep.
things like this. But man, yeah, we really get some of the best shots, and I feel like she just grows muscles in that moment.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
She
dude,
just
it's
gets
incredible.
rolled.
Oh yeah, when she's being
Yeah, yeah.
held down, they're like, okay, we're gonna add a muscle here, here, and it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It's so
yeah.
sick.
Maybe the lights just hitting her different or something. But man, she got big. She got big though. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome, and by far my favorite. But not to say that was like the only thing. I was trying to think to myself when you
Oh
said
no,
that's your
it's just
favorite
it is
part of the
early
show.
on, so I definitely wanted to touch on that
Yeah,
before we move forward.
right, right. I was trying to think of what my favorite part in the show so far is.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the finale fight of that last one with the, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think I love that
You love
fight so
Toto,
much.
man. You're
It's
a big
so dope.
Toto guy, and
Yeah,
he's great.
I'm a
He's
big
great.
Toto guy,
He's a
and
big. He's a
he
big.
has a good hairstyle and everything, you know.
He
So
sure
like,
does.
yeah,
And he's just
it's
literally
a
a
whole
good
thing.
dude.
Yeah.
And the only thing he'll judge you off of is your taste in women. So there you go.
Yeah,
Him and Yuji bonded over Jennifer Lawrence, and that's canon to the
that's right.
Jujutsu Kaisen universe.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And I would have been right there bonding
I
too.
can't
So
I can't
it's
judge the
fair.
man for that.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
but yeah, man.
Um,
But because you touched on
as
Panda.
far as oh, I'm sorry.
What
Yeah,
were you
go
gonna
ahead.
say?
I was going to talk about Choso
Okay, this
and
time it's
the
all at the
little
beginning.
bits. Yeah,
It's all at the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah, go for
the
Chozo.
little bits that we get with him
Because
at the
this is our
beginning
first
as
real
well.
time with
Like
Chozo as the brother.
right,
Yeah.
right, because I mean, like with oh shit, I'm forgetting his name now.
Toto?
Yes, with Toto.
Toto.
With like part of the reason why I love him so much is how supportive he is
Yeah,
of his boy Yuji,
absolutely.
right? And you really get the same thing with Choso here.
Mhm.
And he's I mean, I love his technique. His technique is so cool.
It's
The way he
crazy.
uses the
Yeah.
blood and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
and
yeah.
just like steers it, but getting that full wave coming down the
Yeah.
tunnel and everything is
He can
just
pull some crazy shit
insane.
off with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, yeah,
It's some real shining type
yeah.
stuff,
Right.
you know,
The
like coming
hallway.
out the
Yeah, yeah,
elevator and everything. Yeah. Yeah. But no, man, he's just so down. He's
yeah.
just
Mhm.
so down. And like even when it was time to stay behind, he's like, I'm doing this for my brother.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that
It's great.
because
Yeah.
I also love Toto so much for it. So yeah.
And Chozo is such like because we mainly know him because he was obviously an antagonist when we met him.
Mhm.
We have a awesome fight with him and
That's a
Yuji.
damn good fight in the
Yeah,
restroom.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, with
yeah,
like the
yeah.
red
And he
and the
like
blue
fortifies
and
his
like
wounds with the blood and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's
it's
crazy
like
work.
vivid in my mind that
Yeah,
fight.
dude, it's
It's
great.
beautiful.
Again, it's map
Yeah.
all the way through. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chozo's awesome. There's a scene in here. I think where because Chozo was left behind to protect Tengen, who we only get for a little bit. Uh, he's definitely a lot to. He's like when you meet him, it's just like this is very different from everybody else in Jujutsu Kaisen. But it's essentially to make sure that Kenjaku cannot get to Tengen. But Yuji literally says something along the lines of like, "I trust you with protecting Tengen," something like that. And that moment of Yuji reciprocating the love, the earnestness with that, his response to that is Yuji. It's so good. I love it so much because you don't get a lot of dorky moments with Chozo, but
Yeah.
when they come out, they're
Yeah.
so precious.
He's just a real emo dude, just
Oh, for sure. You
overall, you
have to be.
know?
You're a blood
Yeah.
user. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be. You
Yeah.
gotta be. He is literally like, you watched a good bit of Home Improvement? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brad's the
Yeah.
older
What's this
brother who's
guy?
into sports. That's
Right.
Toto. And then I think Mark is the
Oh,
younger brother who becomes a goth later.
Mark. Right.
And then that
Yes.
makes
Yes.
Yuji Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So, and there's your
I
analogy
think
for
that
the
works
day.
out perfect. That works out perfect. And you know what? Now I'm starting to think they did it with intent. And I
With
see
it.
where the Japanese are coming from with them doing too much for
Too many
Americans. Like
parallels, man. Too many
everybody in
parallels.
Japan's like, this is just home improvement, man. Yeah.
Somebody's curse technique is just looking over a fence without showing their face.
So,
Hey, neighbor.
I don't know about that, neighbor, but
There you go. Perfect,
yeah,
perfect, perfect.
yeah.
But yeah, no, their dynamic is awesome. Honestly, I was gonna forget to bring that up. So respect. I thank you for bringing that up here
I
because Chozo
respect you
rules.
back.
Thanks,
Your
bro.
face.
Thanks, bro.
Wow.
Because along with that, because Chozo's strong. We know Chozo's strong. I love the
Right.
show's Jujutsu Kaisen has a great like they do power scaling really well. Like the first time you see I can't remember his name at the moment, but Volcano Boy with the one eye.
Right.
The first time you
Yes.
see him fight, he's fighting Gojo, and he seems really weak. And then the next time we see him fight is fighting against Nanami, Maki, all these other people, and he whoops their ass. And then in that moment, you realize, like, oh, it's just because he's not fighting Gojo.
It's because it's Gojo. Yeah.
Right. Because
And
Gojo's the
Gojo's
strongest.
the best.
The
Yeah. You talk
best.
to any
100%.
like ancient sorcerer or like
Yep.
anybody, like everybody knows who
Yep.
Gojo is. It's
Everyone
like,
knows
yeah.
who Gojo is. That's why it's really silly when.
And because even now, like he's not defeated. He's just
No,
locked
they
up.
had to trap his
Like
ass.
they
They
were
had to
able to
move him.
trap
They had to
him,
lock him in a room.
but that's the best you could do with
The
that. Because
best.
who's gonna beat that guy? You
Right.
know?
And they
Like,
had to
yeah.
do it literally with like an emotional surprise of like, oh, this is your best friend's dead body. Now trap him. Okay, we got him now. Um, and yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
uh, and like literally, I laughed so hard because reading it and then forgetting about it, and then the moment in the anime where we have Yuji trying to he's lying his way to kind of get close to Hikari, and Hikari talks about Gojo, and Yuji's an idiot, and it's like, who's Gojo? And that moment is like everyone knows who Gojo is, and he just that's when the fight
Yeah.
starts. But before we move on to the Hikari area and beyond, I do want to bring up because you brought up Panda, R.I.P. Yaga, Principal Yaga. We learn
Yeah.
about his curse technique and how dark that can be with the manipulation of dead
It's
souls.
really
It
sad.
is. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
We get to he has like his own little like 100 acre wood of like dead spirits being put in the bodies of stuffed animals. Um, and then of course Panda's like a special case where it's three different like multiple different spirits put together and he a lot of the things they describe really well in the show. And it's just very technical, but essentially the soul is meshed in a way to where Panda's different. And we see him take those different forms, like you see him kind of look like a gorilla in one fight, stuff like that. Um, and we have a moment where he when he sees Yaga and it's so sad. And he's just like pandas cry. And it's dude. Because pandas
He calls him his son.
he
Does he
does.
call him his
He
son
does.
before he go? Yeah.
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 It's rough, man.
Mm.
It's rough. Because like out of everybody who could deserve something bad, Panda doesn't. he's,
Yeah,
he's a
right.
panda
Right.
bear.
Right.
He's just a panda. Like, leave him alone. But yeah, had to bring that up because Panda rules. He's a great kid.
I also love the fake fight that him and Yuji have,
Oh, it's great.
where
It's
Yuji
very
didn't get
much like
taken
the
up and
Hulk.
stuff. Oh, dude, it's
Yeah,
awesome. They're just
it's my
like
friend from
tapping
work.
each other.
Yeah,
Tap.
it's
It's
awesome.
my friend from work. Yeah, it is like that. Yeah.
Because it's beautiful. Because the other thing is, again, the last season, the Shibuya incident, is like the darkest season. Yuji goes
Okay.
through hell. He literally has to deal with like, oh, I killed all these people, which does come back in a really interesting way with a certain curse technique we're going to talk about here in a bit. Um, and just like him, he hates himself. Because he's like, Sukuna did this, but like he's part of that. And I totally understand. Like, I don't know what that would be like if somebody took control of my body for that. Um, let alone, I don't think he remembers it, but at the same time, when he woke up, we all saw, and he's like just tearing away at his
Oh
face,
yeah.
smashing his head on the ground. We haven't seen him smile in so long. And then we get here with the panda fight, and we get like the goofy Yuji doing goofy things, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because, dude, Yuji's at his
But
best when he's just being silly.
leading up to that too, like I'm not sure up to this point, and it makes sense that we're here now that they had
Mm.
to work up to it. But you really see like Yuji and Megumi like working the best they've ever worked
Yeah.
with each other. You
Yep.
know, like just easy going. They already know what each other are thinking and
Yep.
stuff like this. Like they really are like that
There's
team.
literally
You
a
know?
moment where I think it's Megumi who finishes Yuji's sentence because Yuji's like about to express a complaint, and then Megumi stops him and is like, "Then don't let this happen" or something like that. And yeah, you're
Yeah,
you're absolutely right because it just
yeah,
shows they're Gojo students, man. That means something. That
yeah,
does mean
yeah.
something. Maki is
They for
also a
sure had
Gojo
to
student.
like grow into this
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
From long
um
way, long way.
but also, I miss homegirl.
I
Tell
know.
me your name again.
Nobara.
Nabara.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, yes, yes. Oh man, like, I mean, don't tell me obviously, but I'm sitting here thinking like, when is she going to make a return? Is she going to make a return? Like, what is happening there?
Well, they
And
bring it
because
up
she's
in
like the
the
missing piece, you
right,
know?
because there's the moment where Yuji asks Megumi like, "How is she?" He looks down, and then Yuji like holds back tears, and then we just kind of move past it. But yeah, it's a noticeable missing because her not being there, and then obviously your boy's not here either. Gojo.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, my boy Gojo.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, he's the best. What do you
I
want?
was gonna say
I
he was
love
your
you.
favorite till Toto got introduced.
Right? Yeah. No. No. Yeah. No. I love Gojo. I
And
love
you should.
Gojo.
I love Gojo
Absolutely.
too.
It's hard not to.
It's just yeah,
Yeah.
I got some other people a little above
And
for
his
him.
personality just reminds me a lot of myself. So
Fair enough. I just like having blue eyes. Um,
same.
but yeah, no, yeah, her whole thing, her not being here, it is a definitely like it's noticeable. You feel that, especially like the uncertainty and like again where Shibuya incident left off because like it was her like was the last point where Yuji just couldn't move, and that's when Toto showed up to like be the last like it's okay, my friend, and it's what an entrance he makes in that season.
And honestly, like one of the most like shocking moments, like I was stuck
Yeah.
watching that happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like just in anime period,
Mm.
like just in things that I've seen with these eyes, that's one of the most shocking
These
moments that
eyes.
I've ever had. And I watch a lot of wrestling. Okay,
No
so like
one could have seen
I
Pat McAfee showing up.
Pat McAfee, what? And but yeah, yeah, that moment especially. But it is good. You're right. They do mention it briefly.
Mhm.
But I need to see her chart. I need a
I understand.
status update.
No, I
Like
understand.
I need to
Yeah,
see
I
what's
definitely
going
get
on
that.
here.
Because
Yeah.
it's definitely a thing, whether it be an anime, like anything, where like you have more than one season of a show, like we need to see, we need finality, we need to know. And yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see
Yeah.
where all that goes. But yeah, man, like all this early on, and then like I do want to bring up when you because this is we finally have Yuta. Like Yuta does show up towards the end of the last season, and he's great.
Yes.
But this is
Yes.
Yuta meeting Yuji. He's here to kill Yuji. Um, but I love his entrance because, like I was talking about with the power scaling before, we think Chozo's like a god at this point, right? Like he's so good, and Yuta one shots us.
Dude, Yeah, Utah's no joke,
No
no
joke,
joke.
because
And
he is
I mean,
second to
he had to work
Gojo.
for it too. We
Right,
remember that movie. Yeah,
right.
yeah, like it's insane. Yeah, they say that he's second to Gojo when it comes to like curse techniques and stuff.
Yep.
You even
Well,
get a part
cursed
where he's
energy
doing like
output,
some
but yeah.
Luffy stuff with this like with his arms and stuff.
Well,
But
so because
like,
his curse technique is copy.
Mhm.
If Rika ingests a part of somebody's body, because Rika ate the arm of the cursed speech user. I can't think of his name right now. Where he just
Right.
talks about like salmon.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if she ingests something from a cursed user, he's able to copy the technique. So I don't know who it is, but yeah, that rubber thing is like is like somebody she ate somebody who was rubber.
It's Luffy. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
Luffy's
sure.
dead. Luffy's gone.
Yeah. uh, but no, he's such a badass. And like
Yeah.
I the last way I expected him to be introduced in the story period was hunting Yuji, you
Right.
know?
The protagonist of
Like
our movie hunting the protagonist of our show.
right,
Yeah.
right. And then like the relief though, like when he wakes up and they're sitting around that fire and stuff
Yeah.
like
And
that,
he
like
literally says it,
and it's
oh,
like,
thank God you're
oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah.
I wasn't
And
100%. Yeah.
and then of course they go on to explain like what he was doing, why he was
Yeah.
doing it,
Of
stuff
course.
like this. And one thing that I was thinking of here, and it can be brought up about like any anime, but
Uh-huh.
like when something isn't animated and we get that much exposition, like as much exposition as we get throughout this whole show, we're like, this
Yeah.
is not good.
That's fair.
And I just think I was
Bless
just
you.
thinking to myself last night, as a matter of fact, like
Mm.
it's wild how we make that excuse though, like or like not we make that excuse, but like we just accept it when it comes to anime because it's kind of been the way it's been since forever.
Uh-huh.
That they're going to like go into detail and explain powers and explain motives and like monologue and stuff like that. But like when M Night Shyamalan does it, it's like get that shit out of here.
Well, so
But
he's explaining like the print, he's explaining the messaging of a movie. Like, oh, this meant this.
yeah,
Not taking away, there's monologuing for sure.
um,
But yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
just
I don't
taking
know.
away.
I just had that thought yesterday, and
That's
I was
fair.
thinking about it right now with like him explaining his plan and stuff. But
Right.
I see why, and that's not the best example necessarily because Yuji waking up, of course, is going to be confused. Of course, he's going to explain to him like,
Right.
"No, no, chill. I just had to like kind of kill you real quick
Yuji
and bring
just
you
met this
back
man.
because." Right, right,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
And this is
but
his
yeah,
second
man,
fake
they make
death.
a pretty
Yeah.
good trio. Like we talk about the fights that we do get, we pretty
Yep.
much get one fight each with each one of them,
Yeah.
and um and they're all awesome though.
They're all awesome. I don't
They're
think
all
there's any
really
bad
cool.
fights
Yeah,
in JJK, which is like I know the bar is low. Like if you think of anything, like if I'm thinking back on like Dragon Ball, I can't think of a bad fight. Maybe that's nostalgia. I don't know, but like
right.
there's just if you animate it well, the fight's gonna be awesome. But like we get so many interesting characters here. Like we were talking about the Zennin clan and how we get so many curse techniques in the flash of a minute, and then Maki's just like, nope. Your animation budget's done, and then they're gone, and it's just over. But like we get these
Can't
other characters
afford you
fleshed out.
anymore.
100%, 100%. I mean, dear
Yeah.
God, man, I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but like we get so many new characters here, and I am curious if you're able to name them, I can help you name them if you don't know the names, whatnot. Of the new cast we have here, who interests you the most?
The people that interest me the most, Hiromi is definitely one,
My
just
man.
because like his technique is that his domain?
So you're talking about Lawyer Boy?
Yeah.
That's Higuruma.
Oh yeah, Hiromi, I guess is his last name. My bad. I have it here. Yeah,
Okay.
Hiromi Higuruba.
I was gonna say that I
Um,
believe because I have them listed as their last names because that's what they're called by. But yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but you're good.
So, but
Just
is
want to
that
make
his
sure.
domain?
Yes. So, and that's
Yeah,
the big
when they
thing
go
about
into the
him.
courtroom and stuff. Right.
Right.
Okay.
Because literally in that moment, that's when the culling game started. His abilities activate like other people. And then just like how Yuji's surprised, Yuji here, who does not have domain expansion mastered, Megumi also doesn't have it mastered. He does because his whole thing is like his is incomplete.
Right.
Immediately,
Or he can't. He
Higuruma's
can't
like,
steal it or whatever it is.
right,
Right.
right, right,
Like
right. He
yeah.
can't because it makes like the black bubble and they're stuck in there. But look, immediately Higuruma's just like, Domain expansion. Oh, well, shit, man. He's
He
got it
tries to
down.
punch him and he can't do it, and it's
Yep.
just like, no, this is just a debate, baby.
Yep.
Like that's all. That's all this
And that's
is. Like
where
we
I
can't
think
hurt each other.
this shit shines because go watch Ernest's review of the first book in the Mistborn series because you talk about how much you like the power,
Yeah.
the magic system. I think is what you specifically
Oh
said.
yes. Yeah.
Um, this is essentially that. Like we get power systems in like every anime. Like we have the Nin in fucking Hunter x Hunter,
Right.
and
Right.
stuff like
We got
that.
hockey and
One
like
Piece.
yeah,
Yeah.
key and
Yep. Yep.
fucking
Yep.
whatever else.
But here, of
Yeah.
course, we have cursed techniques, cursed energy, and domain expansions. And I love how interesting these domain
Like their
expansions can
ultimate.
get. And
Yeah.
Higuruma's is so interesting. And again, the voice work is so important. Because his like, I don't know what you want to call it. Like, it's the physical manifestation
Yeah.
of like the
Things like
judge.
behind him.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
his own
Yeah.
little
Yeah. The
Shinigami
judge.
back
Yeah.
there. And when that motherfucker is saying guilty, it's terrifying.
Guilty.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
terrifying. And it's so
Um,
unsettling. And then again, we just get the most like it's bonkers how the fight goes. Like that's so many gavels. But it's
right.
awesome. It's so sick. And I
But
love
that
go on.
along like with how he got there in the first place and
Yeah.
how he ended up with this cursed power and
Yeah.
him just being like a public defender doing
He
his
just wants to
best
do
and like
good. And he
that's all
keeps
it is.
getting beaten for it.
Right,
Because we
right.
see him
And
win a
it's
trial, and then it goes to a retrial, and then he loses that.
right.
And we see that whole course, that whole thing take place, and it's so sad. And we see this man; he is tired. He is tired. And I've told Ernest this, like I have like a soft spot in my heart for like we have a lot of like so the roles, the foundations that exist in our real world that should be pure, that should be here for the people we regularly know are corrupt. Corrupt
It's
cops are a
very
thing.
oftenly
Right.
corrupt. Right.
Churches,
Yeah.
same thing. Religion in general. Obviously politics, and then also just like the law, courtrooms, stuff like that. Dirty lawyers. They have
Libraries.
that whole shtick.
Right.
Libraries. No, that's why he listens to the books. He doesn't read them.
Mhm. No reading
um,
around here.
but I love when you get these characters who are just like their whole thing is they just really want to do the good work. Like, dude, I would love this guy to be my lawyer. Like he genuinely cares about people. And you see the toll it takes on him, which is so real. And at the point like the unfortunate thing for the corrupt people in that room, they just screwed him over at the worst time when the calling game started. He's like, "You all come back," and it's awesome. And he kills all of them, and
But
it's justified.
But the other half of that answer, because there are two that stand out
Uh-huh.
like amongst the rest,
Yeah, yeah.
and it is let me find his name.
Can I
Oh,
guess?
Takaba.
Damn it! I knew it.
Yeah, is that what you're gonna say?
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Takaba. Takaba
yeah,
is an
dude,
unsung
he's
hero.
awesome.
He's
He
great.
is awesome.
He's great.
Oh, it's so good. It's
He,
so good. Like I love that he doesn't know about his curse
he has
technique
no
either.
idea.
Like anything he finds funny
He makes real.
is real. Yeah, yeah, and
Like
that
that is
is
Gear 5 Luffy.
amazing.
But
Right.
Luffy knows about it.
Yeah.
Talk about like literally, and they bring it up because I never thought about it till I brought it up in the anime. That it's like if he was aware of his abilities, he may be even able to surpass Gojo. And I'm just like, and while they're saying that, he's making the stupidest face. Like he's so
And he has
freaking
little like
ridiculous.
his little tuft of hair, like his
Yeah,
little damage, the
his
only damage
intro,
that he's taken.
when he shows up and takes the hit for Megami. They take so long with that blood spurting out of his head. I'm undamaged, and it just,
Dude, it takes it all the way to the break in the middle of the episode.
yep.
Like it's and everybody's in the background like making
Literally, Reggie
faces
Starr
and they're
just like,
like
oh my god,
and then like the animation just like diminishes over
yep.
time
And
and
then
it's
we get
like
the like
stick
lowest
figures
quality,
standing there and stuff like
and those are moments you don't get
it's
in the
awesome.
manga because like you don't get like
Oh
that sketch where it's just like a child drew this, but
yeah.
like it's hilarious and it fits for
It's
what we
great.
have here. And yeah, he's awesome because it's another great example of just a really interesting curse technique, and because the other, so this is the second person we've met. I don't remember the other guy, but you'll know who I'm talking about when I explain his ability. We have a character with a blonde ponytail in season one and season two, who he has like a sword that has a hand on it, and his curse
Mhm.
technique is essentially luck. He's able to defy death like at any chance that it hits him, but he does have a
Just
limit,
keeps
and he
escaping.
doesn't
Right.
remember. Like he does not remember when it happens. And of course, Sakuna is the one who does it that cuts his face off. But this is the other side of that. This guy's hilarious. He's hilarious in the way his jokes are horrible. I don't want you to be my Wi-Fi, and he's so good. He's so good. He's a ray of light when
Yeah.
we don't necessarily need one like this, but dude, I love him. Yeah, Takuba's great. I knew we
And
were gonna talk
and
about him.
his fight too. What's his name? Remy fights him.
Reggie
Like
Star.
the site. No, Reggie
Oh,
Star
the guy
fights.
with the exploding body parts.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's throwing teeth and eyeballs and
Yep.
stuff like that. That alone too is a crazy awesome technique for sure.
It
I don't know
is,
how
but
he
I
gets
don't think
those
his
eyes
parts
back.
grow
It's crazy.
back.
Because I think he had both eyes after he threw both
Did
of
he?
them.
I don't
I don't.
remember.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I was gonna say his curse
So,
technique is horrible if they don't grow back.
so that's running out. He's just a torso.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. But like, yeah, the little bits of fight that we get there,
Yeah.
and the way that it ends too, with like him finding out that Reggie Star died, and he's
Yep.
just like, all right, I'm out. Like
Yep.
whatever. And yeah,
And Takuba's just like,
and
what do you mean? He's
yeah,
hilarious. It's so
and
good.
then he's just like, okay, can I have your points? Like that's it. That's the whole thing.
But
Yeah, man.
Takuba is actually a very big player, and we're gonna get more of later. Higuruma too for sure.
Good.
Um, well, I would say Takuba is like the unsung hero. Because again, it's so easy to like overlook like how funny he is. Like he's ridiculous. His outfit's literally apparently a character that
It's a
who
half a
made him
suit.
laugh as a kid.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And whenever he spreads his legs, it has a little
As
curse
a little
thing.
sister, it's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good, man. He's a gem. He's an absolute star. But you brought him up, Reggie Star.
yeah.
Very weird looking
Also
character
cool.
who you think
Yeah.
isn't gonna be cool though, because he just has the long blonde hair and then he's just wearing paper. And dude, he's showing them legs. Um, but his technique is essentially the word would be receipt, like you know how you give a receipt to somebody, because he's able
Right.
to essentially undo transactions and summon the thing that was transacted in the first place. Like he'd be
And
throwing
he
jet
refers to them
skis.
as like contracts or
Yeah,
whatever. But I
yeah,
guess
yeah, yeah.
that's what like what a receipt is, right?
100%. It's just when
Yeah.
you do because they get to go a little above and beyond with the contract thing where it just doesn't have to be the receipt. Like he has his like
Hmm.
trump cards and stuff like that.
Right, right.
But yeah, he
His
he.
house. He just wrote the whole house.
But it's again just another example of just a very interesting ability.
Mhm.
And how his fight goes with Megumi is so interesting. And I love the elephant being
He
called in
almost
on
had
it.
him,
He almost
honestly.
did.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
literally came down to the point. There were so many points of back and forth where it's like, oh, I beat you. Oh, I beat you. Oh, I beat you. Oh, we can't use curse techniques anymore. And they just throwing hands, bro. And it is animated so well.
I think that's my favorite hand to hand of this season.
I agree with that. I
And the
like
way
Chris
they're
Hemsworth.
just like walking up to each
Yeah.
other, and and as soon as like,
And
and
they're
then
like some
he just
public
goes in.
pool. Like they're just like,
Yeah,
let's
dude.
go,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, that place got wrecked. Yeah, yeah. I
And
feel
then
bad for that YMCA or whatever.
and
Like,
Megumi's the one here who has something to hide because he does still have his shadow beast out, the wolf, who, dude, split second. They animate it again so well. Dude, just whoosh, and it's done. And it's sick. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. Both
and
Megumi
it's
and
like, oh, like this whole thing was a ruse. Like the
yeah,
wolf's been good since the beginning.
since the
And
beginning. Because I feel
I
bad for
felt
him.
bad for that elephant too, just getting his back
No,
like
you gotta pop, bro. He's all right.
oh, that's all. That's all. It's like a chiropractor.
That lower lumbar support.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, dude, Reggie Star is a character. So like that's a character that like he dies. You saw him die. It's
He's
like I
dead.
kind of
Yeah.
forgot like
Totally dead.
how much of an effect he does have, like how much is taken in that fight. Because literally Megami like passes out after that, and then we see Angel show up and take him. Um, and
Yeah.
what about it?
Crazy, crazy. Just getting a little cameo from Chainsaw Man there. That's wild. That's like the
um,
same character. They look the same and
they're
everything.
similar. They're for
Wild.
sure similar, except this is actually a girl.
Blonde halo wings.
Angel's a
Oh, okay.
man in Jujutsu and Chainsaw Man.
So distant cousins or something.
Could
But
be, man. Could be.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
But every time they would show like even a quick glimpse, I'd be like, that's fucking Chainsaw Man.
I will say I didn't even think about it. I respected that. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Because literally same name, even. Well, granted, I
Yeah,
guess one's
yeah, they're both
technically
just cool.
the angel devil, but still, it's like the same shit.
Oh, no, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever. But yeah, dude, like that fight is one that I just because I love Higuruma. Again, I'm a favoritism motherfucker, you know. And we got that fight, and I was like, oh, we're gonna go to Reggie Star. I was literally like, I'm sure it's gonna look good. I loved it. It was great. It was so
It looked
good.
awesome.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was really
Even there's
cool.
a he has like a rubber band about around a bunch of receipts at one point and
Yep.
just like sends it out
And
like
it's
in
just
a
chaos.
pillar at
Yep.
him and stuff. Like, yeah, dude, it's
It's
sick.
just
It's sick.
chaos. And it's just
It's
it's
more than
awesome.
what I was expecting with that technique,
Yep.
and they just get so creative with it all
And it's when
throughout.
it's at its best. And that's what I love about this arc because it is primarily fights. It is set
Mhm.
up, and I will admit, I've read it twice and I've now watched it. I still don't know the full rules of the culling game, but I also don't really care.
It's a little confusing. Yeah, yeah. I know that one of the main things they had to get 100 points so that they could trade points, so that they would be able to like
Right,
give each
make
other
that one of
points
the
and
things
stuff.
that can happen, and then also get
Right,
to a point where you can not have to kill.
right.
Because right now there
And
is
then
like you
I
have to kill.
and right at the end, in the episode that we have with Yuta,
Mhm.
he's talking about okay, like these are the other rules that we need to make in order to make our plan work. But I still don't understand the full plan
Don't worry about it.
either.
Yeah,
So
honestly, don't worry about it. You ride
just
this.
roll with it.
Yeah, because first of all,
Yeah.
when those rules happen, they'll tell you, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I see how this is
Like,
beneficial.
I'm using this rule right now,
Right.
and that's why I did all this
Right,
stuff
right.
before that.
The way
Yeah,
it's essentially
yeah.
like there's a lot of different words for it, but like that card game that you play while you're drinking and you make like the rules. Like I know it as King's Cup.
Words Against Humanity.
That is
Oh,
different.
oh yes, King's Cup. Yeah,
Okay. God, sorry. I've met
yeah,
people
yeah,
who
yeah.
call it something else. But like there was one rule, it's like you have to flick off the green man every time you take a sip and something like
I
that. And
love that. That's my favorite rule to
it's
make. You
great.
gotta,
It's great.
yeah.
But that's the way I look at it. I'm like, okay, those rules that are already in place, sure, whatever. I'll pay attention when you bring up the new rules. Um,
My other favorite rule, real quick,
go
is
for
you
it.
have to put them back on after.
That's right. And
Like
that's how a lot of
you have
people
to
get
take them
me.
off and take a drink, and then you got to put them back on after, or else you have to drink again. And if you forget again, you got to
And
drink again.
you're stuck in a spiral.
Yeah.
You're stuck in a spiral.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
imagine that, but in terms of like a life or death tournament. And that's what this is.
It's not a
Um,
circle.
it's a spiral.
It's a spiral.
Hey, hey, hey. But we talked about him a bit
Yeah.
at the beginning. And that is Hikari. I do want to talk about him a bit more because respect, I don't have the name in front of me, but is the same voice actor as Zoro from the One Piece anime. Of course, we're talking about sub
Let's go.
voices here. But Hikari is definitely an important character. He's the first person we get recruited to like the good guys team here before the calling game even really starts. And we do also get to meet Karara. She's awesome. She is our first and I'm pretty sure only trans character. And the way her curse technique works is also like it's really fun in that fight with her and Panda and Megumi.
So weird. Yeah.
It's essentially Gojo's technique, just limited and with more stats. Because you
A
can't
lot of
copy
stuff.
Gojo. Because
Yeah.
Gojo is very much because like he does the reverse and stuff like that.
I did not understand what the hell was going on with like the cross or the
There is
star that
something with
they're like
like
what the
the
hell
constellations of the star.
like a connect the dots type
Yeah, yeah.
situation. It's so fucking confused.
It's a lot,
I was just like, okay, I'm just that was one of the points where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let this happen
and that's fine.
because
Yeah. It's
just
hard
stop
to
trying to
explain those
understand it.
things, and to be fair, it happens a lot. Like I think Hunter x Hunter is another one that's very similar to this because you get a lot of people with like the very specific nin abilities. But that's where I love it. I don't necessarily love to like read it, but I love to see it, man. I love to
Yeah.
see it play out. And as a JoJo's fan, that's everybody. Everybody has that paragraph of an explanation for how this works. Um, but yeah, Kirara was really cool. I thought she was really well handled, and I love Hikari. And he has a hilarious moment of like, "Oh my God, he's the head of the Zenin clan." All
Oh
right,
yeah.
hey
And he like
bro,
turns around all friendly,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. He's just like, can we
yeah,
be
yeah.
friends? And he's like, sure,
Yeah.
we can. And then in this little like in the corner, it's like the next day the Zenin clan was wiped out, and that's when Maki kills everybody, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But we will get because we did get a tease. So Kashimo, you'd get a brief glimpse of him. He's a dude with like ponytails, and he has like blue hair. You see him after he kills somebody under a bridge. You see him right
Oh,
after they recruit
and he's
Hikari.
like making a rule. He's the one that makes the rule that you could see
Yeah.
everybody's stats.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You will see him fight next. Oh, you should see him fight next season. Um, and it's awesome. We should also be seeing Hikari fight next season. And Hikari has a really hype moment. He's really fucking cool. But just wanted to bring them up. And of
But
course,
man, he just beats the hell out of Yuji.
yeah,
But Yuji, I mean, Yuji just takes it though.
Yuji just takes it.
As
And we've been there. Like I'm pretty sure
he's a
Naruto has
beast.
a moment similar to this. Like you have those like protagonists
Like
that are
I'm gonna
just
let
like
you
I can
beat
take the
me up
hit.
until you're my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. What's the whole Naruto
Yeah.
thing? Like, we're not so different. Like, it's just, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Um,
Believe it.
believe it. Um, but when we get, so we have a lot of good moments, a lot of good fights. Again, narratively, it is a bit weaker because we're kind of just we're going through the culling games. Like, we're going through a tournament, watching these play out. We don't see a bracket ever on the screen or whatnot, but it's filling out in front of us. Um, but when we get to that final four-way, it's awesome. It's so sick. I fucking love it. And it's a fight
Oh,
I've
the
been looking
fight.
forward to.
My
Dude,
bad.
Yuta just like unleashed is so sick. And like his intro, because they like literally the intro for that episode, it shows we have Ryu, the pompadour. We have Uro, who's the sky manipulating woman, and then Kur- Kuroshi, the cockroach. And then there's
The
this like
roach.
this
Yeah.
Gandhi looking fella. I don't remember his name because they
Never
immediately
stood a chance.
he's there for the he's like a highlight intro for Yuta
Yeah, yeah. And they're
because
kind
Yuta
of like
just
hyping him up
yeah
and
because
everything
they were
too.
locked
Like, yeah,
in
he's held down this stadium for
right
da da da
because it's a
days and
power
he has
struggle
this many
between
points and then
these people and Yuta breaks the barrier and it's sick. It's so cool, and I think a cockroach is disgusting. Uh,
it's awesome.
it's
It's
awesome.
awesome. I love
It is
his sword. I
His
love his
sword is
sword so much.
crazy because, like, when he
Yeah.
cuts, I assume it's only living flesh, but when he cuts
It
living
just
flesh,
like
it spawns like
festers
larvae.
maggots
Yeah,
and like
something spawns out
yeah,
of there,
yeah, it's
and of
cool,
course, it
man.
also still cuts, so it's like a
Right.
threat. And Yuta beats him originally. I don't know, by kissing him because he's flowing his cursed energy because he has like almost
Well,
limitless
because
into.
he got bugs thrown into his mouth, right? Is it him just like putting it back?
No, so he does
That's
the
what I was
kiss
thinking.
because so in that moment, I'm not saying he didn't get bugs put in his mouth. He got bugs put in a lot of places. It was happening, which is why I hate him. The roach. It's awesome. It's just disgusting to me. But in
I
that
hope you
moment,
dream
what is
about that.
trying to happen is because the cockroach is obviously it's not like a thinking person. They haven't mastered like they don't have like actual curse techniques themselves or anything like that. He is going to flow. Trying to find a point where he can make his cursed energy flow into the other person's and negate and just pop them essentially. Because Yuta has not it's not unlimited because Gojo has unlimited cursed energy because that's part of his like eye technique. That's why he's special. But Yuta has a lot. He has a lot of cursed energy. And when he does the kiss, he's transferring his energy into him, and that's where you see a pop. And then poof.
Oh, that was a crazy time for my finger to pop. I'm sorry. You heard that? I don't know. Yeah.
And again, one of the moments I had forgotten because the whole focus, the main thing you'll think about in this fight is the three of them. Because there's literally the whole scene where you see them all do the domain expansion standoff. It's so cool. It's very, very cool. Um, but in that moment, when they do the domain expansion, I completely forgot. Oh, the roach isn't dead. And in that moment, they try to explain, and I don't fully understand it. But he learned that he could make a
Yeah, I
copy of
don't know.
himself or whatever, and he just accept that he's there.
And then he just dies right away
Hell yeah,
again. So I
his
mean, yeah.
pompadour is super strong. Literally, his name's
That
Ryu.
beam is no joke. I like how at some point like his hair gets messed up, he just has to
It
like put it
reminds me of
back
when
and
you
then
lose
it's
the vegan powers
gonna
in
be
Scott
able to
Pilgrim.
that's pretty much it. But like you just like let your hair down and it's
Yeah,
like,
and
oh
then he has
no,
to
I
come it
can't
back
shoot out
up.
of it
He has
now.
to come it back up. But dude, Pompadour's an anime. We know. You don't
Oh
count them
yeah.
out. You don't
Yeah.
count them out.
And because he is not a modern
No, he's
um
old as shit. Yeah, he's an old
sorcerer.
man.
Right.
Yeah, he's from
Right.
like
He is
centuries.
like a passed away individual
Yeah,
that got
and
brought back
so
for
is
this, right?
Uro, the girl as well.
The Sky Girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yes. Yes, yes.
like I
I
love
think
that his curse
Registar.
technique. Do what?
I think
Registar?
Registar is as
I don't
well.
believe Registar is. Because
No,
they,
is he a more recent individual?
I
Okay.
don't 100% know. I will say that. Um, but I feel like he probably, my assumption, if I'm remembering correctly, because like he got those receipts, he didn't just spawn with those.
Right.
So I don't
Right,
know.
right,
But
right.
that again, that's sorry, Higuruma. That's conjecture. So I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Kenjaku.
I mean, he's the one who set
because
all this in motion.
because like the majority of like how people ended up here in the first place was because they made deals with Kenjaku.
Right, but
Okay.
but also modern sorcerers made deals with Kenjaku as well.
Right. Okay. Okay. Like he's been
Um,
making deals with people for ages
yeah,
type
because
situation, right?
we didn't talk about this because we kind of jumped into the Culling
And
Game, but this is the episode where you learn about Yuji's mother, who is Kenjaku. Not episode, the show, because you see a glimpse of Yuji's mom, and she has the stitches.
oh,
Hmm.
oh,
Hmm.
what the fuck?
And
It's
that's how
just
Chozo.
I'm
Go on.
I'm very confused with the whole thing. And I think what confuses me the most is he's in Ghetto. Is it Ghetto?
He's now, yeah, Geto. Mhm.
He's in Ghetto's body,
He's now
right?
in Geto's
And
body.
that alone just like okay, okay, like that's a different person in there now. I need to like
Right,
register
and we
that.
met him as that before we met Geto.
And then at the end of season 2,
Uh-huh.
right at the end of the Tokyo thing,
Uh-huh.
um Shibuya incident.
You got it.
That's when he shows up. He's like, "I have the body now," and everybody's like, "Quick, fight him!" And then he gets away, and then
Right,
he's
because
doing all
he
the
shows
culling
up
game stuff.
specifically to surprise Gojo. The only thing that could give, and it literally, it's like he has like 30 seconds, and they count on that 30 seconds of surprise. Because Gojo's like, I sense Geto, because it is Geto's body.
Right.
Geto's technically still there because you do see a moment of Geto's hand like rebelling against him, stuff like that, which makes it even
Oh
darker.
yeah,
It's unfortunate.
that's right.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, he
um,
wasn't a good guy. Screw that guy.
I mean, he wasn't great, but hey, man, he's not as bad as Kenjaku. Um, but regardless, yeah. And then before, so the whole thing, because this is how he was able to make deals with sorcerers centuries ago, because he's had several vessels.
And
We still
he's
don't,
been going through
right.
these vessels like along the way, and one of these vessels was Yuji's mom.
Yuji's mother, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm following now,
And
man.
that is why Chozo is his brother.
Because he is also from a vessel
That was
that
right.
was
Something that was yes. Yeah.
Kenjaku at some point. Okay,
Right.
okay,
So they're like half
that's
brothers,
how they're
essentially.
brothers.
Yeah.
Got you. Right. Okay.
And then just to be clear, because you already know it, but just since we're here, Toto and him are not actually related. They just bros.
Right. No, no.
Bros.
Yeah, that's like me and you, baby.
Yeah, bro.
Come
They
on.
got the bond.
Yeah,
They got the
we got
bond.
that shit.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that too. Yep, you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah. Like we're in prison, like you're visiting me in prison, and we like do it. Oh, the glass, glass.
I think it's hilarious,
Yeah.
and it's obviously the light, but it just makes your hands so white.
Oh.
I tan everything else but my knuckles.
It's like doing its best to adjust. Yeah, there it goes.
um, but yeah, so Kinjaku has been at like planning this literally since before Gojo was born. He has been like at this for so long. There's been apparently attempts, it doesn't go too far into it, about like doing different things in the past. And again, I'm not going to go too far into it because you're going to learn some more things about his motives and whatnot as we go forward. Um, but as you know, he's the mastermind. He's the big bad. He's the guy who's just manipulating everything, and this is him making it all happen. And yeah, he's very patient, and he's making it all work. And how
To
many
say the
people did he
least.
sleep with to
Yeah.
get to this point? We don't know.
17.
Probably more.
All
38.
right.
1738. But yeah, man, we were talking about it at the beginning of the episode where in the fight that the three-way slash four-way, with Ryu,
The
sorry,
roach is
a Street
done
Fighter
at that
character.
point, you know? Like, because like he comes back for like that last part at the end and just
True.
but
But
yeah.
with Ryu and Uro and obviously Yuta, we get the moment between Ryu and Yuta where Yuta has the moment of like, okay, I'm just gonna go all out here. He's smiling, he's summoning his cursed energy, and the music starts playing for the intro. And it's so sick, man. I love it
Hmm.
so much. I love it so much. It's high energy and it's just everything I needed this fight to be. And it's a lot of people's favorite. I do not hate anybody who says this is your favorite fight. Out of like the tournament, sure, probably mine as well, so far. It's just the Maki moment. I consider that one of the first fights of the season, and she just wipes out a whole clan. It's so cool. But it's sick. But yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's a very good, it's a good fight for the season to end on. I
Yeah,
still feel like there should have been something more to the end of the season, you
I
know? Like
understand
I
that.
know they take like a good 60 seconds there at the end of it to be like, we still got these things to worry about. There's
Yeah.
these other things happening, you know, don't forget. All right, see you later. But
Yeah.
it's so abrupt. It feels so abrupt that we ended that way.
That's for
But
sure.
if you had to pick a fight to end on, it's a damn
Oh, for
good one.
sure.
Yeah.
Because regardless of because again, it's narratively that this season is where it would be the weakest because we are kind of going through motions here.
Mm.
Um, but like again, this is a theory because like it's happened before while I was watching this. There's parts that I do tend to forget. Again, if this next season starts where I think it's going to start, I do think ultimately we're all going to be happy it starts where it's starting instead of having it end where it does and having to wait a year and potentially longer for where it's going to go next. But that is to say, we got to see it. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but dude, we got so many new characters. We got so many great fights. Obviously, we got Mappa flexing left and right with the animation. We have
Badass
another banger
powers
intro.
and
It's
yeah.
like it's crazy. Like they don't have a bet. Like so, I love My Hero Academia. Everybody, this is not me hating on My Hero Academia, but I think they have like one good intro, and that show's so long.
Wow. Wow. It sounds like you hate my hero. Mm.
And the music
Mm.
of Japan. No, no,
Yep.
it's just I don't love a lot of the intros. But every intro, granted, obviously only a few seasons right now. For Jujutsu Kaisen has been a banger. And like the
Yeah.
outros, granted,
Outros.
like they're all good. It's just I think
It's a
the newest
mood.
one, right? The
It's
newest one
always
is
like
very
somber
mellow
music
and
whenever they're getting
solemn.
out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you look back at that first one, which I'm sure you
Oh,
can remember,
and
where
they're like dancing out the
yep,
door and stuff.
it's
Like,
very
yeah,
different,
yeah.
very
Oh
different.
man. I love that outro. That
Oh, I get it.
outro is amazing.
It's
It's
incredible.
so good.
So
Yeah.
like that's my favorite thing about anime. Really is especially since becoming like a manga reader because it wasn't always a thing. I wasn't always cursed. Um, but back when I didn't read manga Hausen, I so like anime intros and outros. That is purely up to the creative liberties of the people making this show for you. And yeah, a lot of intros are like a highlight reel of things you don't realize are going to be spoilers for the show you're about to watch.
Spoilers through the
Right.
whole thing.
But for the most
Yeah.
part, like I can't think of a time I've watched it and been like, oh, this spoils this, other than like, oh, this person's gonna fight this other person. But in shonen specifically, you usually see those like lines lining up in the first place.
Like it shows somebody as part of the team that they like haven't
Right,
met yet and
right,
stuff.
right, right,
Like,
right, right.
yeah, yeah.
100% a thing with
And they show
Gajeel
up
and
like
Fairy
ready to
Tail.
fight them, and you're like, you know, they're gonna be a part of the
Right,
team at
right,
some
right.
point. Like, yeah, yeah.
Um, but when you get to the outros, especially with the way Map has been doing it, because like obviously they flexed on us with Chainsaw Man. Every episode had a different outro.
It's different, yes, and
It's
they're
incredible.
all amazing.
But
They're
even
so good.
here, where it is like they do have the one song for the end of the season, the animation is it's not just Mappa. It's just the way anime works. You get like these. It's where you get the artists getting to flex and show you something that they made in the world of this. And it's awesome. Like obviously, actually, worst example. I was gonna say Cowboy Bebop. That didn't start out as a manga, so like that was all completely. It was completely new. But I guess same point there. I just love those moments where you do get to see the animation and the animators really get to flex their creativity, and in those moments we get to see the passion for the project. Because we don't get a lot of interviews with like the people drawing these things. We usually get like
Right.
the creative director stuff like that, or it's somebody who's unfortunately no longer with the team talking about something in the past. And
Yeah.
in these moments, we get to see it. I'm a very visual person. This is why I love animation so much. And in those moments, it's awesome. It's very cool, and I love to see it. But yeah, man, this season, I'm not going to stand here and say it's my favorite season. It's not. You're absolutely right. The narrative is not really there. It's kind of an awkward point to stop, where it's just like there's a point to it. Things did happen, and we needed that stuff to happen because they told us, they literally tell you we need to get these points, we need to do this and that and this and that, and it's going to go to some pretty awesome places. But I just love these characters so much. I love the animation. It's always an event when Jujutsu Kaisen's around, and this one is a little special. Obviously, on the bias side of things, I've been waiting for this Maki moment for years.
The Maki,
But on
yeah.
top of that, thank you, Elisa Liu, because like I feel like that puts some more fire under the Jujutsu Kaisen, just the like how viral this show is, because it's mainstream. It's 100% mainstream, and like that makes it. I understand hipsters. That sounds like poison to your ears. You get to be mainstream because you're popular and you do very well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is not a bad
Most,
anime. It's
yeah,
just
right.
it's it's
It's just everybody knows
it's
about it,
everyone
but
knows
that
who
doesn't make
Goku
it
is.
bad.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not how
Doesn't make it
things
bad at
work.
all. Yeah.
Um, but I love this series. We both love this series. I know. And like you're not even hating on it. You're a very valid
Not at
critique, and we'll
all.
see where it
No,
goes
yeah.
at the end.
I'll keep it at like a 7.5 still.
You keep it where you want, bro.
It's
Because
a 7.
yeah, that's
But
fine.
like, but that's good.
It
7 is
is.
good.
It is.
You know?
And
Yeah,
like
yeah. I do. Like, I feel like they've had stronger seasons, most
it
definitely.
is
Like getting
very
to
hard
know
to
them in
follow
the
up
first place in
Shibuya.
the first season.
Yeah.
And but yeah, yeah, Shibuya, because that's a
That's
10 for
all the
me.
stakes that you were
Easy.
talking about.
That's easy a
You
10.
lose half your
Like
crew.
yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
cried multiple
Yeah.
episodes in
Yeah.
there. Like that
It'll
shit
get you.
fucked me up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then like awesome fights on top of it,
Mhm.
and just like surprise. Like no way I thought Gojo was gonna get locked up, stuff like that. So
Right.
season 2 definitely my favorite. Love the movie,
Oh yeah.
and I don't remember the score that I gave it or anything, but like love
We
it.
gave it a
And
0. I'm just kidding because it's Jujutsu
oh,
Kaisen 0. But
and then 1-0, and then
yeah.
but yeah, yeah, this feels like its weakest, but for it to be this good at its weakest is
Right.
a feat in itself, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
we are so used to seeing Super Saiyan, but Super Saiyan's still cool. It's fine. This can be
And
because I will
like
say it's just gonna go up from here.
you brought up my Mistborn review earlier.
Yeah.
Like one thing that I was told going into that series is like it's highly regarded not because of any one book, but because of like the pieces as a whole.
Okay.
Like you don't go into the first book and be like, okay, this is the best thing ever. It's like when you get to the second book, it adds to the things that happened in the first. And when
That's
you get to
awesome.
the third, it adds to both of those. And the complete set is like what makes it this legendary thing.
Is it over?
And
Sorry, finish what you're saying.
I believe so. I
Okay.
believe so. Like the first, they have arcs, like
Yeah.
a first trilogy, a second trilogy. They have eras.
Mhm.
So the one that I'm going through right now is finished. So
There you
excited.
go. There you go.
Um, and I'm not sure about the rest. I think there's a second one, and I think the third one's ongoing. I'm not sure. That dude has like 100 something books. But but yeah, and I'm thinking like that's how it's going to end up here. Like I'm not going to judge, especially because they're like part one and everybody, like there's more coming.
Right.
It's not a question of like if it's coming, it's just when it's coming.
Yeah.
And once again, like we can revisit this and the meaningful things that happen here that I'm not seeing or that meaningful yet. Like
Mhm.
I'm ready for that for sure.
Hell yeah, man. I will say like the most meaningful thing that's happened here is probably just the Maki part, because everything else is like you just, and that's part of the thing with like a
Setting up the
tournament where you
game.
just meet these characters. Because I mean, people are dead. People are dead, so it's just like okay, we're moving on past this. But that's a tournament. That's just how it works. But again, we got some cool things coming around just around the corner. Hopefully, we do get the next season of this next year. I understand animation takes a while. If it
Mhm.
continuously is this good, take the time you need. That's all I gotta
Take the
say.
time,
But
take the
speed up a little bit on
time,
Chainsaw
man.
Man. A little bit on Chainsaw Man. A little bit.
A little bit,
A little bit.
a
At
bit.
least for another
It's been a
season, man. Like
while.
give me that soon. But Ernest, I think that wraps us up here, man. I think we covered this pretty well. Another season of Jujutsu Kaisen in the books until we
It's always a
return
good
to it.
time talking about it
Hell yeah,
for
man.
sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're talking about looking back on the stuff that like we don't know what it connects to and the weight of certain things. Obviously, when we get to whenever the final season happens, whenever this ends, and we cover it there, we'll be able to talk about that in like full depth about like, oh man, this led to this, and it'll be like my like grandfather moment of like, okay, child, I've held on to this for years. Let's talk about
Tell
it
me
now.
what you learned. Yeah, yeah.
But for keeping up with that, for following us on anime news, reviews, and anything nerdy, we love to say it. Where can the people find us?
So if you'd like to stay up to date with the show, you can find us out here on all these social medias, baby. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube.
Beautiful.
And if you'd like to reach us directly, you can find us at Life is Storytelling at gmail.com. We appreciate any and all feedback, and we fucking love you.
We love you so much. Let us know what you thought of the new season. We would really love to hear about it. And just know we're back with gaming next week and we'll see what we're covering then. But thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and have a great rest of your week.